What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another one of our videos. Kylan just ate and he's kind of passing out right now. His grandpa just fed him, so he's kind of knocked out. I asked you guys if you guys wanted us to do a sit down and explain our experience with labor and delivery, and that's exactly what we're going to do for you guys today. Before we start, we just had to do a quick thank you to a bunch of Erica's family and friends, but we're going to do that in Spanish, so Erica's going to take that from here.
Me gustaría agradecer a mis amigos y amistades y familiares también por los comentarios y saludar a mi bebé Kylan y también por mandar los regalitos y muchas bendiciones a mi bebé. Él está muy saludable y muy feliz y agradezco su amor y cariño hacia mi familia. Gracias.
Gracias. So let's go back to the day before labor and delivery. Let's just start from there. Like experience and all that, epidural shots. So just.
Okay, so that was on a Monday, right?
I believe, yes, that was a Monday.
So Monday, I was gonna be admitted to the hospital and they were gonna insert something vaginally to ripen my cervix, but I wasn't gonna necessarily be induced Monday. I was gonna be induced Tuesday and then deliver maybe like Wednesday. So that Monday I had been having like cramping and like contractions, but they weren't painful or anything, so I didn't really think anything of it. And I got to the hospital and they inserted the vaginal, I think it's called Cervidil, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
They inserted it, and the nurse even told me, she was like, this may take up to like 2 to 3 days, like, and it's your first child, like we don't know how you're gonna react to the medication. And what the medication does is it helps you dilate and it helps your cervix like ripen, but it doesn't necessarily put you into labor. And she even told me that, she was like, nothing's gonna happen tonight, so you're probably gonna be able to have like a good night's sleep, and then tomorrow is gonna be like when the action happens. Right? So she did that, and then I started feeling like I had to poop. And I started having like really bad contractions, which I didn't know that they were contractions. I thought that I just had to poop, like I had like diarrhea or something, because I had McDonald's beforehand.
Yeah.
So I went to the bathroom and I pooped normally, and I still had those contractions. And so I asked the nurse, and I was like, am I having like a contraction right now? And she was like, yeah, you are. And I was like, oh, okay. A few hours go by. Pat's mom came to visit, my parents came to visit, and then they went back to our apartment to sleep. And then I had a lot of pain to the point where they had to give me like a pain medication through my IV. And that let me sleep for a little bit, and Pat too, because I was like moaning and groaning and like. Yeah,
I can hear her all night. It's the side of the bed. She's like scratching. She was just like, she couldn't stay still. She was like trying to take pressure from the bottom. So she's like squeezing there's like a little rest. There's like a rail rest on the side of the bed, and she's like squeezing it, and I can just hear scratching all night. And I'm like looking around thinking there's a demon crawling on the ceiling or something.
I was like scratching things. I didn't know what to get rid of the pain. And the pain medication at first, it made me like sweat, and it made me kind of hallucinate. Like I was seeing trees and
she said she was tripping.
Like I was tripping. I don't know
I forgot what you said, but you said something weird. I wish I recorded it, but it was like something you would say when you're high. Like,
it was a weird medication, but it made me see trees. It made me sweat like really bad, and the pain went away, and I kind of took like little mini naps in between each contraction. And then they got so bad that I had to call in the nurse again. This is probably like at like 3 in the morning or something like that.
Is that when you started pushing too, right?
Almost. I started pushing at like around 6. So at 3, she came in again and she checked my cervix. She was like, oh, maybe like you're not reacting well to the medication or something like that. So she checked my cervix, and I was dilated to
I think it was 6.
6, yeah, 6 centimeters.
Because you went from 1 to 6.
Yeah, I went from 1 to 6 in about, what, like 4 hours. Yeah. Which is pretty quick for me. And then, so she was like, oh, you're at a 6. Like, do you want an epidural right now? And I was like, yes, please. And so they gave me the epidural.
Like a super low amount, too. Because of how short she is and like how small she is, they gave her a lower amount of dosage because they didn't want to give her the full effect of it. And then her just like body can't handle it, you know?
or just like have it in my system and not go and like not dilate. Because sometimes different women can react differently to an epidural. Sometimes it helps their body relax and dilate. Other people, it doesn't allow them to fully dilate like in time.
And she was also having a hard time sitting still because the medicine she previously had that she was talking about that was making her trip was making her shake. Like she was really, really shaky. And they said that if she couldn't sit still, they couldn't give her the epidural. So that's really important too. Like I had to like sit there with her and hold her hand and tell her to breathe slowly. You just have to be there for them and make sure that they sit still as possible because this shot's going right into your spine.
It can like paralyze you.
If you move wrong, it can paralyze you for life.
Yeah, and I've heard like really bad stories about
epidural in the long run. Yeah. Like, that's what a lot of people say. Like in the future, long run.
Were you in front of me when I got the epidural?
I was. Yeah.
Oh,
because remember they tell you that you have to lean. You have to lean forward.
Yeah.
You have to put. They gave us a pillow to put that she can hold, like kind of how I'm holding Kylie right now. But she had to like lean forward. And then
I don't really remember that part, but I remember him being in front of me because I was like kind of scratching him.
Yeah. And
like grabbing him, and then it didn't hurt though. It didn't hurt.
She kept bragging about that. She was like, "It didn't even hurt."
And I was like, "It didn't hurt."
And I was like, "All right, do it again."
Because a lot of people say that it hurts and it doesn't hurt, but like it's just really hard to stay still when you're having a contraction. And like
I feel like you were just going through worse pain than a needle. You know, like the pain you were going through with the contractions. You said they were like stinging. They were like sharp pains. I feel like that was a worse pain than you getting a shot in your back.
Yeah.
So that's most of the time what happens when you endure a pain worse than something. Like when you have like a paper cut or something, something small, minor, it feels like it's nothing.
Yeah, it feels like it's nothing. So the epidural like went by and that was cool, whatever. It was a low dosage. And then I fell asleep for a few hours more, and then I think Pat did, and then again I started moaning and groaning, and it was probably like 5, 6-ish. So 2 hours, 3-ish have passed, and I called in the nurse again because I was like having screaming pains, and she came in and she was like, you know what, I'm just gonna check your cervix again. But I didn't have the Cervidil or whatever, Cervitil, whatever the medication was. They took it out when they checked me the first time if I was dilated. So I didn't have that anymore because they were like, oh, you're dilating too quick. So the nurse checked me and I was dilated at a 9. So I went from 6 to 9.
So quick.
It was quick, and she was like, oh, well, I guess you're gonna be delivering by the morning. And like that wasn't expected because they were expecting me to deliver like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, and that's when they told both of us like who's gonna be in the room when she gives birth, and
like you should call your parents now.
She told Erica to call her mom. I called my mom. My mom unfortunately couldn't make it into the room. She missed it by like a minute.
Yeah.
As soon as she got there, like they closed the door and they told her she had to wait in the waiting room. It's because she had to drop off Katrina in the morning. It was exactly like 6-ish that was happening.
It was like so it was between 6 to 7 that no 7:20.
7:20. That's when he was born.
Yeah. But she said, call your parents and blah, blah, blah. So I called my parents. My mom came immediately with my dad. She made it. She was in the delivery room with Patrick. My dad wasn't in the delivery room because he doesn't like seeing me in pain. He doesn't like
he went in the waiting room on his own.
So I dilated from 9 to 10 within an hour, and it felt like, it's not necessarily pain, but it's like really, really uncomfortable. Like you feel like you have to poop and you can't poop. Like you can't push. Because she was like, you don't push, don't push, don't push. And I was like, I can't help it. And I was like grabbing onto everything, and I was praying, and like it was so intense. And like I felt like the epidural was wearing off because I started like when you have that epidural, you can feel when people touch you. You just can't really feel pain. Because for women, when you checked for dilation, it's kind of painful. But when she would check me for dilation while I was on epidural, I could feel her like feeling around in there, but it doesn't hurt. She checked me again and she was like, okay, you're 10 centimeters dilated. I was already fully effaced like way beforehand. And she was like, we're gonna try to do practice pushes. We were doing practice pushes with just us, like us two, my mom and the one nurse.
Speaking of the nurse, let's talk about the nurse.
Yeah, I'm talking about the nurse now. The cheeseman with the nurse.
Yeah, the nurse, everyone, I don't know, I didn't really notice it at first.
I didn't notice it either until like, I mean, I did notice it, but I didn't say anything, but like, So
because you were just going through the pain.
I was just going through the pain, but like I said, Kylan was delivered at 7:20. At 7 o'clock is when the nurses rotate shifts.
Yeah, they rotate out and like.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. I mean, they have lives too, you know.
Yeah.
And she said herself, she had to go pick up her kid. You know, like we don't know what her life situation is.
And I don't know if she was saying it in like a funny way, like to try to ease like the tension.
She did laugh at the end. I noticed. I mean, but like I think she was still there. I didn't notice. There was like
I don't know.
There was like 15 nurses that came in.
I
think
forgot to talk about my water.
I think she was still there. About what water?
Oh,
Your
my water
breaking?
broke. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, your water did break.
I didn't say that though.
Yeah.
But anyways.
But let's finish with the nurse. Yeah. Let's okay. So the nurse, she might have. I think I cut out a part where she was like laughing at the end of it. We were like making jokes. Like everything that you guys see in the video is like not on vlog, obviously, because there's certain points where they just weren't even letting me record.
Yeah.
Or I just stopped recording because I didn't like, you know, feel the need to record. Exactly. But like everything you guys see on the camera is not everything that happened. So if it's cut off and it made it seem like she was like a bad person, I understand. I know you guys are looking out for us, but like I don't want her to look like a bad person, because honestly, like off camera and everything, she was pretty
really nice. Yeah, and she was patient with me because I was like I was like having a little
I feel like some nurses do it differently, you know?
Yeah,
if they start freaking out, and she's gonna freak out.
Yeah.
She was calm, she was professional, and that's what I think helped Eric out the most.
Yeah.
So like
she was like trying to just ease like the tension.
Yeah, like you know they probably help deliver so many babies like every single day. You just have to think about it. Like they're just doing their job. Like we don't like she might be a single mom and like she's the only one that can go pick up her kids.
Yeah.
So she's like she was just mentioning it, like it made it, the way she said it, she made it sound like she wanted to be there to see our baby come.
Yeah.
She's like, girl, you gotta hurry up, basically. Like you gotta push the baby out, cause
she was pretty helpful when it came to like pushing, because I didn't take any classes or anything like that. So she like kind of explained it to me, like I have to push like whenever I have a contraction, like how to hold my breath, like how to breathe through a contraction and stuff like that. She's pretty helpful and like
she was, and she checked up on us like constantly. She like even if we didn't even have to push the button, there was no long waits. Like she'd come in like pretty much every hour, checking on her, making sure she's okay.
But that's what she's been with the nurse.
Came off rude, but like no one's the bad guy here. The nurse did her job.
Yeah.
We know you guys are looking out for us, so that's what's the deal with the nurse.
And it didn't take away from our experience either, because I was in another world. Yeah. We were both in another world.
Yeah, like when we came home, like she didn't even like mention it. We didn't even notice really. I can really sense it when people come off rude.
He would have reacted.
I would have been like, hey, you need to like get out of here. Like she doesn't need that right now, you know. Yeah. I tell people straight up, like when I feel the need to, like I'll tell you guys. Don't worry. Let's admire this little boy real quick. Look at this boy.
He's being so good.
Look at him. Cayenne. Look, he does that with his hand a lot. He like covers his face.
So good.
Like cute. Like he sleeps like this.
I forgot to mention about my water breaking. So when I was 6 centimeters dilated, and she had checked for my dilation, she told me you're 6 centimeters. I was like, oh, okay, snap. I sat up in the bed, and as I sat up, I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm peeing. And I didn't have underwear or anything on, it was just the gown. And I was like, oh my god, I think I'm peeing. And I tried, because when your water breaks and when you pee, the difference is that you can't control it. And so I tried to like stop it and it wouldn't stop. So she checked me and she was like, oh, no, your water broke. And she checked the pad, because you have like a puppy pee pad under you. You have a pee pad under you, and she checked it and she was like, so it looks like baby went number 2 inside of you. Oh yeah. Which means that he like pooped in the amniotic fluid. I think it's called Meconium, which is like a baby's first poop. So he had pooped inside of me, and so she was telling me after she like cleaned me up and everything like that. She was like, I don't want you to be alarmed, but when you are about to deliver, a bunch of nurses are going to be there in the delivery room. Now, it's not just going to be you and me and the doctor. It's going to be a few other nurses, so don't be scared. And I was like, okay. I mean, because I know the risks of meconium, which is that, like, it can get in the baby's lungs, it can cause infections, it can cause, like, a whole bunch of other problems if it's not treated and taken care of properly. Yeah. So imagine us, like, being first-time parents when we hear that. And I was like, I asked her, I was like, is that normal? Like, does that happen a lot? And she was like, no. And that right there, I was like, damn, like, what the hell? But she was like, don't worry, like, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna have the people to come in to take care of it, just in case something does happen. Yeah. But that was at 6 centimeters. Now going back to when it was almost 7 o'clock and I was about to start pushing, I did my practice pushes. I got him to crown, which was so hard, but I got him to crown, and then she called in the doctors and a whole bunch, I think it was like 10 or some.
As soon as like Kylan's head was like crowning, that's when she was like, okay, get Dr. such and such to come in here, and then you just see like 10 people with the doctor coming, because you have to think about it like that's how they work. Like the doctor was doing a C-section before she came to see Erica. Like there's so many other like women there giving birth, so they like basically come when it's time to give birth to help out.
Yeah.
So they rushed in, started pushing and stuff, and I watched the whole thing, guys. I didn't think I could do it, but I remember Erica's pushing in her pushing pace. I'm like looking, I'm like, oh my god, like I see head, I see like hair, I see hair. I'm just like, I look at Erica, and as you guys seen in the vlog, the video, I was like, babe, I see head, and then she's like, oh my god, what? It's like freaking out.
It's creepy. Up above me, there's like this light thing, and I could see the reflection of what was going on down below, and just even seeing that like creeped me out, so I couldn't look. So I don't even know how he could see all of that.
I don't do good with blood, but like, it was so like interesting to watch.
I guess it's different because it's your child.
It was just, yeah, it's my child, and it's just interesting. Like it scarred me for that day. Like she pushed it out and everything. I just seen like as soon as his head popped out, I was like, what the? It was so fast.
What did my vagina look like? I heard to ask. Did it go like?
Yeah, it looked like. How do I explain it? It's so hard. It's really hard. I don't know. I don't know what to exactly explain. So okay, maybe like a balloon. You know the end of the balloon?
Yeah.
Get like imagine that giant ball coming out of a small balloon hole. Like the rims are so tight, and it's like almost like.
Did you see me rip?
No, I didn't look that close.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you ripped at the bottom to the a-hole. Yeah. But I seen it was so fast. As soon as his head popped out here crying, then I just see arms and legs just flow out with the umbilical cord.
It goes by fast.
Yeah, so I didn't even know the umbilical cord was connected to the placenta, which is the sac that he's in. And it was the funniest thing ever. I didn't get it on vlog, but after everything Kylan was in Erica's on her chest and everything, the lady, after she sewed up Erica with the 1st degree tear, which is it's not bad, right? It's
not too bad. Yeah. Like you could tear from like your vagina to your booty hole, which is like a 4th degree tear. And I thought that I was gonna have that, but no, it's just a 1 degree tear and a tear in my, I think it's urethra, which is like your little pee area. It's a little tear there, but like it's nothing bad. Yeah, but the lady, after the lady was done, she like we were all just having a like emotional like time off camera, and then the lady just comes up, she's like, look, and you just hear like a slimy thing like moving. She's like, this was inside you. She was holding the placenta sac. Yeah. She's like, you want to touch? She's like, isn't this interesting? I'm like, well, I might as well touch it. I've seen everything. He touched the placenta. So I put a glove on and I went up there and touched the placenta sac. Like there was some parts that were like hard, and then there was some parts that felt like ground beef. And it was really, it's interesting. It's crazy how the body works, especially the woman's body. Like that whole thing is made out of just cells. They were playing with the sac. Yeah, the lady was just like playing with it, but she put it in a bag or something. Like I guess they keep it. I don't know what they do with it. I don't know what they do with it. I don't know what they do with it. Mothers sometimes keep it and they like do stuff. Doesn't it dry up? Yeah, I heard you can eat it. And it's good. It's even good for breastfeeding too. Okay, that's not. I almost did that, but no. Yeah, but I also cut the umbilical cord too as well. Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't even think you could do that either. I thought it would hurt you, that's why. Why would it hurt me? I don't know. I just pushed him out. I know. I just didn't want to hurt you even more. After I delivered him, right, they took him away immediately to check him out, his lungs and everything like that, and he was perfectly fine. So then they gave him back to me so I could have skin to skin. And he was good. Like, yeah, he stopped crying as soon as he got on Erica's chest. Yeah, he stopped crying. Eyes wide open, just super curious. But like at that point when they come out, like they don't see much. Like it's all blur. Yeah. Like maybe his eyes are more developed now because like for example yesterday, like when I was walking him, like he was just staring at me like wide. He was like, damn, who's this? Who's this handsome man? He's just super like interested in everything right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Daddy loud. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's see. I love him so much. Through it all, it was only what, 2 days? Yeah, it was only 2 days. I was expecting to be there from Monday through Friday. We were only there like Monday to Tuesday.
Monday to Tuesday. No, we left like Wednesday afternoon. Remember?
Wednesday afternoon, but that was just because he had to get a circumcision.
Yeah, he had the circumcision, but like everything's good now. There was like a gauge and everything that they told us that would deteriorate on its own, but it's pretty much gone now. Poor little man.
He's healed.
He's going through so much pain. Yeah. He's good now, though. He's eating good. Erica's breastfeeding.
I'm breastfeeding. My milk came in.
Yeah,
I'm breastfeeding and pumping a lot. So I'm really happy about that because, you know, formulas are expensive.
Yeah, she's filling up the bottles. I mean, the only downside about using the bottles now is like, there's air in it.
Yeah, so you have to like burp him and stuff like that. I was gonna try to like just exclusively breastfeed him and not pump. But it's just...
It's okay. So here's a little hack we've been doing. We should save that for another video.
What?
Like say the hacks we do.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do a little hacks that we've learned so far.
Yeah, like so far, and then Erica's parents are still here, but they're leaving today. So we're probably gonna do another video. I have it on the board. Our 24 hours alone with the newborn, because like Erica's parents have been helping out a lot. So we're gonna see how it is, like just with us two of them. So
especially nights and stuff like that. But he's gotten better. Like every night he sleeps for longer periods of time. Yeah. Last night he only woke up 3 times for like a feeding, for 3 feedings and diaper changes. Yeah. But the first night was like he was waking up every single hour.
Well, it's because the checkup we went to, what was it, Wednesday we went?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to check up Wednesday and they told us that we asked when we could give him belly time because we want to help his neck get stronger. And also they told us about rotating his head when he's sleeping on his back. We do that as well, so we don't want his back of his head to be flat. So we've been moving it like left, right, middle, and then we give him as much belly time as we can because we asked them. They said we can do as much as we want as long as we're there. We can let him sleep on his belly too, but we have to be there to watch him. So, but we don't do that. We just give him belly time just to strengthen his neck. But he loves belly time though. He's just like
He's a little ET.
Yes.
He's so cute.
Okay, but I think we touched up everything. This is gonna be like a 20-minute video.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
Okay, so like I said, next video most likely is gonna be our 24 hours with a newborn alone. I can't wait for this boy to smile and start talking.
I know, I can't wait for him to be like a year-old, kind of, because they're fun at that time.
Okay, Daddy's done talking. You wanna say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Yeah, say bye-bye, Kayan. Kayan. Oh, he knocked out. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining us on this journey. If you guys are new to our channel, welcome. My name is Pat. This is Erica, and this is Kylan. Working, like I said in the last video, I'm trying to get a new intro. I'm working on a new banner. I'm gonna order a backdrop here soon so we can take some nice photos with a white background and everything like that. Do me a favor and smash that like button. Make sure the subscribe button down below is gray. If it is not, that means you're not subscribed yet. And turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a chance out to see this cutie grow. Until the next video, guys. Peace out.